Good afternoon. This is video one in a series that I plan to do. It was a series about an African American man's journey through prostate cancer. Today was the day I went to the hospital to get prepared for my radical prostatectomy. That's the route that was chosen after talking with my wife and my doctor. It didn't originally start out that way. It started out that I thought I was going to be doing radiation, and I'll get into all that in just a second. Honestly, being 7 days out, I am a little nervous, a little anxious, but I guess that's to be expected. How did I find out that I had prostate cancer? My numbers, I had a blood work done in late January, early February. My doctor called and said, "Hey man, your PSA numbers are high. We need to do an ultrasound." And after doing the ultrasound, they found 2 lesions. And so of course your mind begins to wonder, you begin to get scared. You hear the word lesion, you immediately start to think, oh, I've got cancer. But I knew there was a chance I didn't. So we scheduled a biopsy, which was on April 23rd. And after the biopsy, your mind again starts to play tricks on you. You start having symptoms that probably were not there. You start doing what most people probably do, is you go down to Google, rat hole, I guess I'll call it that. I don't know if it's a rat hole, manhole, whatever. And I started having issues with my testicles and my lower back. And of course, every time I looked it up, yes, that could be associated with prostate cancer. And so my mind immediately began to think my prostate cancer is spreading. I'll talk about that a little bit later too. Reason I named the channel the way I did is because as African Americans, we have a higher incident rate. And I looked up some stats here. It says African American men face a disproportionately high burden of prostate cancer. They are approximately 1.7 times more likely to be diagnosed with the disease than white men, and are twice as likely to die from it, which is why I named it the way I named it. I got this idea from another YouTuber. His name is Mark. And Mark, I'm sorry I don't know your last name, but you have helped me quite a bit, and I wanted to help some other people. But that's why I named the channel A African American Man's Journey Through Prostate Cancer. That's not, again, to be divisive or anything like that. Anybody can watch these videos, and hopefully anything I say will help you in the videos. It also says roughly 1 in 6 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, compared to 1 in 8 men overall. It is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among black men, with an estimated 57,300 new cases expected. Black men have the highest prostate cancer mortality rate of any racial or ethnic group in the United States. It was roughly 17% of all cancer-related deaths in this demographic. So that's the reason I chose that as the name. You won't hear any more stats from me. As a matter of fact, I am not a medical person. I'm a school teacher. My wife's a nurse. My mom's a nurse. My sister's a nurse. My niece is a doctor. My other niece is a PA. So there's a lot of medical in my family. And one of the things it talked about was why the rate was so high. And partly the rate is so high is because of our not inability, but our desire to not go to the doctor. We, as men, we don't like to go to the doctor. And to be honest with you, if I didn't have that much medical personnel in my family, or I wasn't married to a nurse, I probably wouldn't have had a regular doctor at the time that I did. So thankfully because of them, I always get checkups, I always get blood work, and I always make sure things are done the way they're supposed to do. Hearing the word cancer for the first time, yes, it was a little scary. You start to think about things like, am I going to be around for my grandkids? Am I going to see my daughter get married? Am I going to see my sons get married? That starts to creep in, and I, as a church-going man, of course, yes, I do know Scripture. God doesn't want you to be anxious for anything, but by prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God. I know that Scripture. As a matter of fact, when I told somebody from my church, I was a little nervous, and I told my wife, they both quoted the Scripture to me to remind me, not only should I know the Scripture, but the Scripture should be applied as well. I am a week away. I went and done my pre-op today, and it's real now. It's setting in. There's no going back. I do understand there's some complications that come along with a radical prostatectomy, which I'm also a little bit nervous about, and which I will discuss in length. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to tell you what I'm going through. Again, I got this idea for Mark. I'll try to maybe the night before or the morning of make another video just to tell you how I feel. You know, that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to be all those things. But what really excites me is that when I'm done, there should be no more cancer in my body. I should be cancer free. Now, I'm gonna quit saying should. I will be cancer free. We've done a bone scan and we've done a PET scan. On the PET scan, there was a spot that showed up on my rib. My doctor, who is Dr. Michael Knox, who comes highly recommended, said he thinks it's a false positive. So once we remove the prostate and we do another check of my PSA, if my PSA is 0, then we know it was a false positive. If not, then we know we got another spot to treat. So again, thank you for joining this series, an African American man's journey through prostate cancer. I hope this video can help someone else, because Mark's videos definitely helped me, which gave me the idea that yes, this needs to be done. Again, I will give you the down and dirty. I will talk like I always talk. So when I say things or begin to talk about the catheter, which I was not a fan of, I'm gonna be honest with you. A little nervous about the catheter experience, and you know, when I done my biopsies, they had me do an enema, and I have never had to give myself an enema. That was not a pleasurable experience. So for this surgery, I will not be doing an enema, even though that's what they requested. I'm going to be drinking some magnesium citrate and just clean my system completely out, because I didn't think the enema done what it was supposed to do, or I probably didn't do it right, to be honest with you. So I will talk that way. I will tell you how I'm feeling. I will tell you what I'm going through, mentally and physically, and maybe it will help you as well. Have a blessed and wonderful day. And again, thank you for joining or for watching this video. I hope it helps someone. Bye.